The message is clear this morning for more than 1 million people in the United States. Pack up and get out of harm's way. Hurricane Florence is barreling toward the eastern seaboard, packing now winds of 225 kilometers an hour. It's nearing Category 5 strength. The Carolina coast could soon be swept by the most powerful storm to hit the region in nearly 3 decades. In North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia, officials warn the threat is real.
Let me be clear. North Carolina is taking Hurricane Florence seriously, and you should too. Get ready now.
That's North Carolina's Governor Roy Cooper warning locals of the urgency. Many are heeding his calls. These are scenes from North Carolina now under a state of emergency. People stocking up and emptying store shelves. They're preparing to head inland. 8 counties are under mandatory evacuation orders. In South Carolina, evacuation orders take effect at noon this morning for 8 other counties there. So just hours to go until that mass evacuation gets underway. We spoke just minutes ago to the state's Emergency Management Division on the plans in place.
We're running scenarios, of course. We won't know the impact of Hurricane Florence until it actually makes landfall, of course. So anything is a guess or a prediction at this point. But we can tell you that there is the severe potential for people who are alive today and healthy to not be alive by Friday. That is a concern for us. That's why we are taking every safety precaution at this point. That's why we are asking people to pay attention to the forecast, yes, but be concerned about their own personal safety. This is not a storm to mess around with, especially since normally we're used to getting a little bit of a warning with storms coming up from the Caribbean, and we've been able to see on the news if it makes impact in Florida, for example. This is not like that at all. The forecast is projected to slam directly into the eastern seaboard, and we should know over the next few hours, get a better idea of just where. But right now it's looking more and more maybe Wilmington, North Carolina. If it hits Wilmington, North Carolina, that means a good significant portion of the South Carolina coast could see a lot of damage, could see a lot of heavy rain, high wind, and flooding.
That's Derek Becker from South Carolina's Emergency Management Division as we spoke just a few moments ago. He also says the state is aware there are many Canadians who may be in South Carolina as storm preps get underway, and he urged those Canadians and, of course, anyone looking for information about them to follow hurricane developments online. And you see the website there at the bottom of your screen. We, of course, will be following very closely. Take a look. When you talk about the massive size of this storm, this is how it looks from space. Pictures of Florence from the International Space Station. The massive area covered by the storm as it has grown in strength and size. Ricky Arnold, the astronaut who has shared this image. And this is where it's headed. This is the path Hurricane Florence has already traveled, and as you see, that is where it is headed, and the bullseye right there over the Carolinas. Florence expected to make landfall late Thursday or Friday. Let's go to Chris Murphy now, who's going to be covering this right along with us. He's over there at the Weather Network with more on what is in store.
Heather, here's a look at the beast right here. Look how symmetrical this is. This is a very well-organized storm system. This is a major hurricane, a Category 4, wind speeds 220 kilometers per hour, higher gusts, and look where it is going. And really, with no wind shear and very warm waters in its track, this could even become a Category 5 for a little while. So here's what we're talking about. Now, in terms of the storm track, it looks like there's a lot of agreement with all of these various models. There may be slight disagreement exactly on where landfall may occur, but there are right now both hurricane warnings and storm surge, or hurricane watches and storm surge watches, meaning expect those kind of conditions within 48 hours from the Virginia, North Carolina coastline border right down to South Carolina's Edisto Beach. Rainfall, this is going to be a huge issue. This could be life-threatening rain in excess of 750 millimeters of rain, or Heather, 2.5 feet.
Chris Murphy over at the Weather Network.